The alarm buzzed like it was mocking me. Another ordinary morning, or at least, that's what I thought. My apartment smelled faintly of coffee and new beginnings, but the uneasy tension in my stomach told a different story. I glanced at the clock, 7:15 a.m. Isabella's text from last night flashed on my phone. Be ready. Today's going to be unforgettable. I tried to ignore it, telling myself she was joking. But deep down, I knew better. Isabella had always been competitive, manipulative even, and now she'd found a new way to assert control. Sliding out of bed, I caught my reflection in the mirror. My dark hair, slightly messy, framed a tired but still familiar face. My eyes, once confident, now darted nervously, anticipating the day's inevitable challenge. I had always dabbled in crossdressing, mostly in secret for fun, but Isabella had discovered my secret. And somehow, she'd weaponized it. The apartment door clicked, and I froze. A small package lay on the floor, pink wrapping, ribbons, and a note in Isabella's perfect handwriting. For my favorite doll. Don't disappoint me. My heart raced. I knew exactly what she meant. Inside the package, a miniature dress, doll-like stockings, delicate ballet flats, and a wig platinum blonde, shining under the morning light. I sank into the couch, feeling my pulse hammer in my ears. How had it come to this? Was this just a cruel joke or a new reality? The thrill of crossdressing always lurked beneath my fear, but now fear had taken the lead. Every fiber of my being wanted to scream, to refuse, but part of me craved the thrill. I set the package on the coffee table, trembling hands brushing against the silky fabric. A glance at the window revealed neighbors already bustling in the streets below. If anyone saw me like this, I shivered. Yet the thought of Isabella's smug, victorious grin made my hesitation almost impossible. With a deep breath, I unwrapped the dress. It was pink, frilly, almost absurdly cute, yet designed perfectly to emphasize vulnerability. The wig felt alien in my hands. My reflection shifted as I imagined the transformation, not just in clothes, but in identity, in control, or rather in losing it. This wasn't just crossdressing. This was a test. A challenge. And I had no choice but to play along. The first step was unavoidable, changing into the outfit. My bedroom morphed into a private stage, mirrors reflecting a version of myself I barely recognized. The stockings slid over my legs, silky and restrictive, reminding me with each tug how exposed I felt. The dress fit perfectly, cinching at my waist, the skirt swaying lightly, emphasizing curves I had never noticed before. Next, the wig. The blonde locks fell past my shoulders, framing my face in a way that was both beautiful and terrifying. Makeup was next. Foundation, blush, lipstick, eyeshadow, all carefully applied to transform my tired morning face into the delicate features of Isabella's vision for me. Each brush stroke was a reminder that this was not just dress-up, it was surrender. Once transformed, I barely recognized myself. The reflection staring back was fragile, doll-like, yet undeniably feminine. My voice trembled as I whispered, "Is this really me?" The doorbell rang, cutting through my panic. Isabella. My pulse soared. She entered, eyes alight with triumph, and I froze like a live doll. "Perfect," she said, circling me like a predator admiring her prey. "You look exactly like I imagined." The day unfolded as a mix of obedience and fear. Isabella directed me like a doll, posing for photos, walking me in public, testing the boundaries of my shame and thrill. Strangers barely noticed, yet each glance felt like a judgment. Every step in the ballet flats was a reminder of my vulnerability, every adjustment of the wig a reminder of the persona I was forced to inhabit. I hated it. I loved it. The duality tore at me. But the deeper revelation came when I realized, my transformation had unlocked something I hadn't expected. The thrill of surrender, the feeling of being fully seen, and fully controlled, was intoxicating. Hours passed, blending into one another. Isabella's laughter echoed, sharp and victorious, as she arranged the doll poses for a social media challenge. I tried to protest, but my voice was soft, the transformation almost convincing. Each public moment, crossing streets, sitting at cafes, navigating crowded spaces, was a test of nerves. Suddenly, a shadow approached, someone familiar. My best friend, Alex. Their eyes widened. They recognized me, or did they? Panic surged. Would they understand, judge, or expose me? My mind raced for an explanation, but none came. I tried to smile, hands clutching the skirt, wig slightly slipping. Every second felt like an eternity. Inside, my body trembled with adrenaline. The dress, the wig, the makeup, all of it a cage, yet also a key. I had been forced to confront desires I had barely acknowledged, vulnerability I had long resisted. The thrill and shame collided in a storm. And then, Isabella stepped forward, hand poised dramatically. "Let's see how well my doll performs," she whispered. Her eyes gleamed, both playful and dangerous. The encounter escalated rapidly. One wrong word, one slip of the wig, and my secret would be exposed. I danced the fine line, performing, surrendering, hiding, hoping that every careful step would preserve the fragile equilibrium. The apartment fell silent. My reflection in the mirror was almost unrecognizable. The blonde wig, pink dress, delicate ballet flats, all had done their work. Yet it was more than clothing, it was identity, control, and fear intertwined. A sudden buzz on my phone, a message from an unknown number. "I see you." My heart froze. Isabella was beside me, smiling triumphantly. But the text, it wasn't hers. The story ended there. My fate uncertain, my secret dangling by a thread. Could I reclaim control? Would I be exposed? Or was this the beginning of a life I had no choice but to live? The audience is left with one lingering question: who's watching, and what will they do next?